You guys know who I am, hopefully. If not, my name is Carolina. I was on Are You the One season 5, the first season to lose. Like, how great is it to be known by something so shitty? I just finished watching the last episode and the reunion. If you guys didn't know, the reunion, it wasn't live like our after shows have been. The reunion, it was filmed like 2 weeks ago and it was edited. And as you know, when things get edited, the reality just gets sucked out of it, kind of. But let me get right to it. I'm pissed because fucking MTV has the nerve to fucking edit out the crucial part that involves me that makes me look stupid as fuck. Okay? At that reunion, it came out that Hayden, you know, whatever, that Gianna had cheated on Hayden with Michael at the first after match. You know how we have those live after matches. Gianna and Michael did the first one together, and that was like months after the show had been done filming, and months after, you know, me and Hayden were together on the show and everything, and they were in a relationship at that point. And apparently she had sex with Michael when she was in California with Michael filming the after show. And Hayden had no idea about it, and they don't show this. It comes out the reunion. Hayden is like shocked. He has nothing to say. He said he kind of knew about it, but not really the details of it because she never addressed it to him. And when Terrence asked him where their relationship is now, like what is he going to do about it, he just says he'll have to talk to her in private. I'm sure they talked to the producers and they made them like agree to edit that part out so she doesn't look stupid because they're so concerned about the way she looks. Pisses me off because, you know, I'm sure if I asked the producers to edit some shit out that made me look stupid, they wouldn't have done it. But you guys don't know, like, Hayden and Gianna weren't even gonna come to the reunion because they were so scared of that happening. Anyway, I don't want it to come off as like I'm jealous or I want to be with Hayden or anything like that, because the truth is Hayden did me dirty multiple occasions, and I just wanted to bring to light what really happened at the reunion, that she got called out for having sex with Michael after the show and cheating on Hayden because they were in a relationship when it happened. And, you know, they're still together from that. Their relationship isn't perfect, and I just wish people would stop singing this. But anyway, let's get into everything else. So I went on live and I went on social media and I told you guys I was going to make a YouTube video, and I told you guys to give me your questions you wanted me to answer on this video. And so I have a list of questions here that I made a Word document and I typed them all out, and I'm going to try to answer all of them. But before I start, a lot of people have been asking me, you know, how to get on Are You the One? I mean, if you really want to make the mistake of being on a show that will literally make you go insane, the best way to do it is just to be yourself. And that's what I did. I was a huge fan of the show. I would watch it with my girlfriend, you know, every whatever night it came out. I don't remember. I think it was like a Tuesday back last season, and we would drink wine and watch it. And one night they came up like, if you want to be on next season, apply here. And we're like, fuck it, let's do it. And we did. I got a call the next day and it just went from there. The process is very long, and, you know, it'll make you think that you definitely didn't get on sometimes, but last minute they'll give you a call and be like, oh, you ready to fly out in 2 weeks and be on Are You the One? And you're like, okay, fuck it, like, let's do this. I quit my job with like a 2-week notice, and next thing I knew, I was on Are You the One. But yeah, that's how you do it. They're casting right now, so just go on the MTV's page on Are You the One and apply. First question I got asked here, it says, what's most different with the edits versus reality? Well, like I just said, from the reunion, like, it pissed me off that they edited like some crucial information out of it. But definitely a lot of things get edited out that makes things look very one-sided. I think that was the biggest difference between the edits and reality of being in the house. It made the relationships look very one-sided, and it didn't show a lot of conversations that, you know, explained why the relationship was deeper than it seemed. It made a lot of girls look boy crazy, like me, for example, saying that I thought everyone was my match, when in reality, you know, I just was trying to get to know everyone because I was really trying to find my match. I was trying to feel everyone out. I wasn't going to close anyone off from the possibility of it. So, and I guess that worked out for me because I was one of the only couples to actually find their match before week 10. So yeah. Best and worst moments of Are You the One? Best moment was definitely finding my perfect match in the truth booth with Hayden and going to the honeymoon suite. The honeymoon suite was no doubt the best part of being on Are You the One. Being in that house, you kind of start to feel like you're in a prison and you feel very unhealthy and you don't get to like leave. So being in the honeymoon suite, you get to do what you want and go on excursions and, you know, just have a good time. Like we got to go to bars and clubs and it was really, really fun. But the worst moment of Are You the One was, I think, this is gonna sound stupid, but I thought blacking out week 2 felt worse than losing, because at that point, like when we lost, I was already like kind of like not expecting anything out of it, and also at the point that we lost, I thought me and Hayden had something, and I was really happy that at least I would have found love, you know, out of Are You the One. But when we blacked out, I just felt so hopeless, and like I felt like, I don't know why, it was just, it hurt so bad, and I cried all night the night that we blacked out. When we lost, like I cried a little bit about losing, but I cried a lot more after like we wrapped up filming and Hayden told me that he wasn't over Gianna and he was going to pursue her and all these things. Like I cried more about that because I was sad that he led me on and, you know, he lied to me about saying that he wanted to be with me after the show and all these things in the honeymoon suite. So there's that. Most embarrassing moment. Yeah, my grossest habit is I put boogers on the wall, whatever, and that came out during one of the challenges, and they like didn't let it go. Like people still to this day call me Booger Flicker or OG Booger Wall, and I'm just like, dude, let it go. Like I don't have the grossest habit in my opinion. Like Shannon takes pictures of her poop and send it to her friends, and people shat with the door open in the Are You the One house. I don't know, I think that's like way grosser. At least I don't eat my boogers, like I said, and I don't know, that still haunts me to this day though, and I wish I never let my mom answer that question on the questionnaire because apparently it's not common. Who was your best friend on the show? I get asked this a lot. So my best friend on the show in the house definitely was Carrie. Me and her were like always together, like Joey said, and I felt like I thought me and her were going to be really good friends after the show, but I guess it just didn't work out that way. Funniest person in the house. Definitely like Jalen, or yeah, Jalen was like super funny. Joey is super funny. Like Cass was like the funniest out of the girls, I think. But yeah, they're all hilarious. Best cook. Damn. So definitely none of the girls cooked a lot in the house. It was a lot of the guys cooked for us, and I mean, I don't mind it. It was nice. Ozzy was one of the best cooks in my opinion. And Jalen, I honestly am so thankful for Jalen. Like he would cook me chocolate chip pancakes and they were like literally the best. So love you, Jalen and Ozzy. Like you guys kept me healthy and fed, and you don't know how much I appreciate that. Most dramatic person in the house was definitely, I don't know, I think Tyranny was pretty dramatic, like throwing shit. But watching it back, like I feel like Gianna comes off as the most dramatic because she's like always involved in someone's drama, like some way or another. How long were you guys in the house for? We were in the house for 6 weeks, I think. So it's like 3 days is like a week in the episode. One day is like, it literally feels like 3 days in real life because you're just like intense socializing, intense, like up all day, up like all night, getting drunk, and I don't know, it's very tiring. Did you guys drink every day? Duh. Did you have a thing with anyone that they didn't show? Yeah, definitely. Definitely had a thing with Derek and Jalen that they don't show. Definitely really thought Jalen could be my match if it wasn't Hayden, because he's like a black version of Hayden, and honestly I wish Jalen was my match now over Hayden. Jalen's happily in a relationship now with someone, and I'm really happy for him because honestly out of all the guys in the house, I for sure think Jalen was the most like the sweetest, the best guy in the house, the one that would never break someone's heart, you know what I mean? So I'm really happy for him. Let's get down to real questions, the really important questions that every time I go live, you guys ask me over and over and over and over again. Where's Hayden? What happened with Hayden? Hayden. Well, what happened with Hayden? So I feel like me and Hayden definitely had a genuine thing from what it looked like in my perspective. We went into the honeymoon suite and I was like, if you want to be with me, you'll be with me. I'm not going to chase you anymore. No more games. And there's no cameras here, so you don't have to like put an act for the cameras. That was our conversation. Honestly, the honeymoon suite, it was really good, but it also had its downfalls. I think the second night in the honeymoon suite, I made Hayden sleep on the couch because we got in an argument, and I was like, fuck Hayden, I don't need him, blah blah blah. I don't know, I was just being dramatic, I guess. But then the next day, Hayden like really apologized to me, and he said he wanted to make things work. Mind you, like, we had 2 beds in our room in the honeymoon suite, so he didn't have to sleep in my bed every night, but he did. He slept in my bed every night. He would kiss me all the time. He would, you know, tell me how he liked me and all these things all the time. We would go on walks on the beach, holding hands, have like long conversations, and he would like literally, like, I would be showering in our like room, and he would like come into my shower with me and like hook up with me in the shower. Like, I don't know, it's just all these things that he did that he didn't have to do because there was no cameras. If he was doing an act for the show, he didn't have to do it then. And honestly, like, we had found our match. We didn't have to do all this stuff, like, if you didn't actually like me, and he did. So I just still to this day don't get why he led me on like so deeply, like did all those things with me. So, and I would ask him every freaking day, like, are you still not over Gianna? Do you still think about Gianna? And he'd be like, no, I'm here with you 110%. And I don't know, it's just all bullshit. It's like, it's just crazy to me how someone can like straight up lie to your face like that, because I could never do that. Last matchup ceremony, you know, we lost. And after we lost, he's sitting next to me and he looks at me and he looks at Gianna. And I'm like, what? And he's like, when I see her, I just realize how much I'm not over her. And I'm like, what? And then I like start crying and I'm just like really upset. I'm like, what the fuck? And you know, after we all got back in the house, after we lost, we do our interviews. That they didn't show me and Hayden's, but they did an interview with me and Hayden, and they were like, how do you guys feel? Like, at least you found each other and you're happy and in love and all this stuff. And I'm like, actually no, because he just told me he wants to be with Gianna. The last night in the Dominican, we all went to this hotel and we slept in that hotel. And we had to pick like a roommate to share our rooms with, and Hayden and Gianna shared a room that night, and I shared a room with Jalen. And Hayden and Gianna just were like together after that. And I don't know, what was weirdest to me was literally the night before the last matchup ceremony, Hayden and I had sex for the first time. So like he literally like had sex with me, and then the next night like went back to Gianna and had sex with her. And that's kind of gross to me, and I don't know how she is like okay with that. Gianna always talks shit to me like, girl, get over it, like, you, like, he never cared about you, you don't, like, it doesn't matter, more important than you, all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, like, I actually had feelings for Hayden only because he fucking led me on. If he had not done all those things, like, I didn't like him that much before we got into the honeymoon suite. I was persistent with him because I wanted to see if there was something there, because I knew he was my match, and he was. I felt like he actually liked me, so I opened up and like let myself start liking him. And then like as soon as I did that, he fucked me over and went to Gianna, back to Gianna. So that's what really hurt, and like people don't get that. And that's what happened. Like, we had a good time in the honeymoon suite, and I was very blindsided. So that hopefully answers your guys' questions about Hayden. What do you think of Gianna? I just honestly think Gianna is like fake as fuck, just because I was very nice to Gianna in the house, and I thought me and her were friends. I would always be there for her. One time in the house, she had a really rough like breakdown kind of thing, and I cooked her breakfast and I comforted her, and I was always there for her, and I was very nice with her about what I thought of her and Hayden's situation, and she would always agree with me how she didn't deserve someone like him, and she would probably, you know, end up cheating on them because she has a wandering eye and all this stuff, and how I was good for him because I wasn't like that, and how we were different, and how it made more sense for me to be Hayden's match than her, and why. I don't know. She's an actress, so I guess she was just acting that whole time, because obviously you see in all her fucking interviews she talks shit about me and how I'm not a good person, but to my face she was nice to me, and I don't know. I think she's fake, and that's it. I don't think she has good intentions with Hayden, and yeah, I mean, I guess only time will tell. I guess she's happy with him now, and if she is, and if she'll be with him and won't cheat on him anymore and all that stuff, good for her. Like, I hope it works out. Like, good for you guys. But, like, in my opinion, I don't see it. So, is Gianna mad you slept with Hayden? I don't think so, because I mean, she doesn't have any room to talk. She was sleeping with Michael, so what Hayden did with me, I don't think was considered cheating on Gianna, because he wasn't with Gianna at that moment, but what Gianna did to him, I think, was considered cheating. And I asked Hayden at the reunion after, you know, that whole thing came out about how she cheated on him with Michael. I was like, they stormed off the stage, and then they came back and he had to sit next to me, and I was like, are you okay? Like, how do you feel about everything? And he was like, I guess it's karma for what I did to you. And I was like, wow, like, how sad is it that this guy really thinks it's okay for this girl to cheat on him because of him being with me? I'm like, what? Like, what he did to me? Like, no. Like, I'm sorry. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Like, know your worth. The way he is with John reminds me so much about how me and my ex were. I let my ex walk all over me, and my ex cheated on me 3 times, and I stayed with him. So, I mean, if it floats your boat, Hayden, keep doing you. Right, so that's it about me and Hayden. I hope you guys got all the deets you wanted to have. I'm done talking about it. They did me dirty, and that's it. Like, I have no respect for them, and I definitely don't like them, and that's clear as day. Please don't freaking message me about him or her. Like, I don't give 2 shits. I don't follow them on social media for a reason. Let them be happy if they want. If they're happy, they don't need to prove it over and over again. That's all I'm gonna say, because if I'm happy, that's all that matters. Moving forward, would you do Are You the One again? Or would you never have done it? You know, if I knew it would have gone down like this, I would have never have done it. But again, I don't regret it per se, because it was like a life-changing experience. But I mean, if I could do it again with like knowing this experience, like taking this experience in and do it again, yes, I would. Like if they were trying to put like people that had their heart broken, Are You the One, or that didn't find their match, or them and their match didn't work out, Are You the One, and like put them all in a house and have them find new matches within each other, that'd been great. Like, put me with Cam Berkman, like he'd probably treat me right, and he's hot. Do you think the matchmakers were accurate? I could definitely see why Hayden was my match. I definitely think the matchmakers did right on that. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to tell, you know, that he would fall in love with the first girl he went on a date with and never stop being in love with her. So, I guess they just don't know the situations when they match you. But I guarantee you, if I had gone on that first date with Hayden, our relationship would have been totally different. And even Hayden, like, agrees with me on that. Like, I've talked to him about that. Like, you know, the first date, it was parents' choice, and Gianna's parents chose Hayden. The parents had to choose, like, a top 3 of the guys, and my parents, like, chose Hayden as their top pick, and his parents chose me as their top pick. So, obviously, like, the matchmakers, like, saw it, like, just like our parents did. So, I don't know. I think they're right, but as for the other matches, there are some that I really just don't get. Did most of the drama start as the episodes aired? Yeah, I would say that most of the drama started after the episodes aired, because people just started like making cliques and talking shit, especially like me going to the second chances, Alicia going to second chances. Like after we came back, like we had like a group chat for our whole cast, and they kicked me and Alicia off of it, and like we're talking major shit about us. So there was definitely that. And I never did anything to anyone, so like Tierney says, like, I talk a lot of shit on social media, but like, who doesn't for my cast? Like, we're all on a reality TV show. We all talk a lot of shit on social media. Like, get over yourself. You're not one to talk. I feel like you talk a lot more shit than me, Tierney. What's the deal with Taylor? Okay, so I guess Taylor's mad because when we were all at the reunion, we stayed at the hotel and I went live and I said that Taylor and Dre's relationship is fake. I was drunk. But yeah, I said that because maybe the relationship is real now, maybe they are together now, but I just thought it was fake because, well, first off, I thought it was fake because, you know, he cheated on her, and when I hung out with her a few weeks back, she was like, I would never be with him again, he doesn't respect me, he's not ready, he's a boy, all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, you shouldn't, like, you should be someone better. She told me she was seeing Steven from last season. I was like, good, like, be with Steven, not Dre. Dre treats you like shit, whatever. And then they started posting all these things together, like, because fans love it, eat that shit up. And, you know, I was like, really confused. And then when I saw Dre at the reunion, like, when he first got there at the hotel, I was like, what's up with Taylor? Like, are you guys back together? And he was like, oh, no, I don't know. I just go along with the shit she posts online. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't think it was real. Whatever. And I don't know. Apparently Steven got back together with Julia, so I'm guessing he stopped talking to Taylor. And maybe Taylor felt the need to go back to Dre because I don't know why, but all I think is she deserves better. Basically, period, point blank. I think Taylor deserves better because I think Dre's a piece of shit. Sorry, Dre fans, like, you guys think he's so fucking great because he's a light-skinned guy that raps and has nice things that he doesn't pay for, but whatever. Like, I think he's a piece of shit, and I think he did Ozzy dirty at the reunion, and it's fucked up. I don't get how Hannah and Taylor was saying, like, that Ozzy's a bad guy for telling Taylor things about Dre. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, if my man was cheating on me and his friend knew and told me, I would be so appreciative. I wouldn't be like, you're a bad friend to your friend for telling me. Like, what? That's crazy. Like, I don't know, like, maybe Dre has a right to be mad, but Taylor and Hannah, like, you guys just don't like Ozzy. Like, don't say, like, what he did was wrong because it was in your favor. I don't get that. Like, the funniest part of all this is that Ozzy wasn't the one that told Taylor that Dre cheated. Like, Taylor herself told me that it was Dre's roommate that told her. And, by the way, Dre's roommate is like a 20-year-old girl that pays for all his shit. Like, he doesn't have any money. He doesn't pay for his shit. He can't afford that fucking Bentley that he drives around. Like, I don't know. You guys give in to the image way too much. Whatever, that's fine. Don't like me. I really don't care. And explain the hotel lobby fight. Well, I was like literally so drunk that night. Like, I think I blacked out, and me and Catherine were like rooming together in the hotel, and we went down to the lobby, and I don't know, like, Taylor was there with Dre and stuff, and they started yelling at us, and I started yelling at them about their fake relationship. I don't know, I was definitely not sober, and I kind of regret it because it's kind of like not me to do that kind of stuff, so I can't really explain it more than that, sorry. Next question is, what do you think of the girls talking shit about you? I don't give a shit because at the end of the day, I know who I am, and you can say all you want, but I don't need to yell over you to prove my point. I know who I am, and if I know who I am, that's it. That's all that matters. I'm not gonna, like, waste my time defending myself against someone that obviously doesn't know what they're talking about. Relationship status. Ooh, what's my relationship status? That's a big question. I guess a lot of you want to know, am I with Ozzy or not? I'm not in a relationship with Ozzy. No, I'm not. I'm definitely talking to Ozzy. I definitely like him, and I think the feeling's mutual. You know, we don't live in the same state, so I wouldn't pursue a relationship with him until we did, just because long distance doesn't work. I'm in the process of moving down to Cali right now, so if that happens, like, we'll definitely explore that. I like him a lot. I think he's a real man, and I think he's a lot of good qualities to him. He's not perfect. Nobody is. I'm not perfect, and I understand he's fucked up in his past a lot, and you know, that's why I'm like cautious with him. I know that he could break my heart. I know that. That's why, you know, I'm not in a relationship with him. I'm just talking to him, getting to know him. We like FaceTime like every day, and yeah, that's what it is. And the last question, if you guys didn't know, I'm going to be on your TV screens again next week for the Are You the One Second Chances. It's going to be airing the same time that Are You the One did, 9 p.m. on Wednesdays, and I was on there with Hayden. He was my partner. Your question here is, what was different about Second Chances versus Are You the One? So Second Chances is not a dating show. You go and you compete with your perfect match against other perfect matches, and it's kind of like an Amazing Race type of thing. You run around Melbourne and you have to do all these crazy missions, and you win money in the end. So tune in to see if me and Hayden got far and if we won. I think in that show I definitely got to see my perfect match's true colors, and I got to see what he's really about and who he really is, and I think he got to see that in me as well and why we're a match. It's definitely, I feel like, less stressful than Are You the One, but also it wasn't as fun. Like, we didn't party as much. It was very competitive, but I had fun doing it, and you guys will see, hopefully, a different side of me. I think I definitely was way more laid back on that show. I wasn't as, like, I didn't care, like, as much of how I came off on camera, so I definitely was just like, fuck it. And I was like, I didn't find love in Are You the One? Like, hopefully I can find love here. And I definitely got to know the people there and stuff, so make sure you tune in and see it and let me know what you guys think. You can follow me on all social media platforms. It's the same. It's CAROODUART and a double E, so 2 O's and 2 E's. Caro Duarte. And yeah, I love you guys. I'm sorry if this is a long ass video. I tried my best to go over things as fast as I could, but when I'm passionate about a topic, I get really into it. So yeah, love you guys, and thank you for watching, and I guess subscribe to my page if this gets like good feedback. I will definitely be doing more videos. I went to school for video editing, so I kind of want to do, like, and a lot of you girls asked me to do like makeup tutorials and such, so I can definitely do that for you guys. But yeah, bye!